The South African Weather Services has warned of a cold, rainy weekend in some parts of the country. A significant drop in temperatures is expected in most parts of Gauteng, with some showers predicted. The cold weather will spread across Mpumalanga and KwaZulu-Natal to parts of Limpopo. High-lying areas in the Western and Eastern Cape are also set to experience light snowfall. Joining us now is South African Weather Services forecaster Wayne Fenter to tell us more. Wayne, thank you so much for your time and thank you for joining us. Firstly, I certainly heard the rain overnight last night, and I expect that it will be intensifying over the next couple of days. But do tell us what we can expect in areas such as Gauteng and Mpumalanga and KwaZulu-Natal.
Good morning to your viewers. Yes, we do have a system called the cutoff low that's currently over parts of the northwest. That's causing some widespread rainfall at this moment over parts of Limpopo, Mpumalanga, and even into Gauteng and the eastern parts of the Eastern Cape, with some storms still visible over parts of northwest as well. So we do expect these conditions to continue today. We have a widespread rainfall and cold conditions over much of Limpopo, Mpumalanga, Eastern Free State and KwaZulu-Natal for today. And these are also associated with some warnings of disruptive rainfall, especially over parts of KwaZulu-Natal, and even higher risk of flooding for the coast and adjacent interior of KwaZulu-Natal from later this morning.
Yeah, talking about those weather warnings, I know that a yellow level 2 warning was issued and level 4 warning was issued. Perhaps just take us through what our viewers can expect given those warnings that were issued.
Yeah, so we do have a level 2 out for the interior of KwaZulu-Natal for today. That is mainly due to the current rainy conditions that's expected for the remainder of today. So we're looking around 30 to 50 millimeters over parts of the interior of KwaZulu-Natal. There's a little slightly more along the coast. So we do have quite a strong onshore flow along that coastal areas, especially between Margate up until Richards Bay for much of today and even into tomorrow. And so for that area, we do have a level 5 orange warning out, which means that we are expecting some significant impacts in those areas for today. So people should try and avoid low-lying areas if they can, try and avoid driving through these conditions, especially during this morning and again this evening. It's going to be rainy for much of today over those areas, so we are expecting some significant impacts for parts of KZN coast.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned between 30 to 50 millimeters of rain expected over parts of KZN over the next couple of days. Just talking about the amount of rain that we are expecting, are we looking at the potential for localized flooding? And if so, what sort of damage to infrastructure can we expect?
Yeah, so unfortunately, since our system in early April, we did have some significant damages along that coastal areas, and we are expecting quite a bit of rainfall still today and even tomorrow along that coast. So we did opt for a significant impact warning. So we're looking at possibility of mudslides. I just have to mention that because there is a possibility that we could exceed 100 millimeters or even up to 150 millimeters in a 24-hour period along that coastal areas of KwaZulu-Natal for the day. So that is a significant threat, especially for those people in low-lying areas. And so we're looking at the possibility of mudslides, flash flooding, especially near rivers and downstream. And we also have the potential of vehicle accidents and flooding of roads and bridges for that area for today.
Sure. I mean, turning our attention now to the Western Cape and the Eastern Cape, I know I mentioned some snowfall expected in that area, but what other sort of weather patterns can we expect? Because I know that there is a cold snap that is coming in, certainly within the Western Cape and Eastern Cape areas.
Yeah, so they are actually in the clear from today onwards, especially the Western Cape. For the Eastern Cape, we still have a little bit of rain over the central and eastern parts of that province for today, and still very cold conditions as well. And there's also a possibility of some snowfall over the northeastern Drakensberg region of the Eastern Cape. So we do have that possibility in for today. But for the Western Cape, we should start clearing out today. A mostly sunny day for much of the Western Cape for today. And temperatures are still going to be on the cold side, though. We're looking at the mid to high teens for parts of the Western Cape. But definitely not the same picture for the remainder of the country. We just have this cloudy, gloomy, and rainy weather continuing for much of the central and eastern parts of South Africa today.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Wayne, I would say that the cold weather is to be expected this time of the year. You know, we're heading into our colder months. What's not expected is the amount of rain that we're seeing, particularly in affected areas like we saw in KZN. Is it normal for us to be experiencing this much rain weather this time of the year?
Yes, so this is called the season for these type of systems. So this is normal for this type of time of the year to receive cut-off lows. It is autumn is usually the season when we get these type of systems, and we are still in the La Nina phase, and that means that the summer rainfall areas, such as the central and eastern parts of South Africa, should still see above normal rainfall into early winter. So we do have that possibility of above normal rainfall for this time of the year, and especially with these type of systems, we do expect quite a bit of rainfall as well. But on the good side, mainly some good news, it looks like after the system it will start to clear out for about 5 days.
All right, so we're in the clear for about 5 days, you say. But any other projections in the coming weeks, or is it too early to say?
At this moment, it is quite early to say, but our seasonal forecast suggests that it should be a slight break in rainfall for the central eastern parts of South Africa when the cold front starts to return to the Western Cape. However, there is some bad news for the Western Cape as well in terms of seasonal forecasts. And that is that the beginning of the season, the beginning of winter, doesn't look great in terms of rainfall for the southwestern Cape. So we will be looking into that hopefully in the next few weeks as well.
All right, thank you very much. That was South African Weather Services forecaster Wayne Venter giving us the latest weather details and weather warnings concerning that cold front that's coming in, and of course that wet weather we've been witnessing in Gauteng and in parts of KZN.